We are so very pleased to have back in studio with us a guy who's been with us before. We are thankful that he has decided to come back and join us again for a little bit this morning. It's Mike Donila. Mike, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Mike is, of course, a reporter with WBIR. He has, in my opinion, one of the best blogs, not just local blog, he has one of the best blogs anywhere. It's entertaining, it's insightful, it's informational, and it's a great read each and every time, and that's Screams from the Porch, found at screamsfromtheporch.com. If you want to just take a little bit of time and find out what's going on in the political world that is Knox County, you need to take a gander at screamsfromtheporch.com, because you'll find out just some amazing things, and you'll read stuff that you swear is made up, but it's all real. It's just it's incredible. Of course, the big news going on right now, of course, is budgets, and we're talking schools, we're talking elections, and of course, just recently, I guess Monday, it looks like the Knox County criminal court clerk's job is going to go to the last man standing, I guess. It looks like Mike Hammond may be the person that's going to get that job just by rule of the fact that he's not in any legal actions with anybody, huh?
Well, yeah, he's so far,
At least this week.
Third time's the charm, right?
Yes. It's crazy. So what's going on there? We had was it Williams and Honeycutt? They're both now facing legal actions.
Yeah, Williams had some federal liens taken out against him, and he's also had he had a lawsuit from I think it was like Blount County Medical or something. Yeah. That's unfortunate. He's working on paying those off. Mm-hmm. He has been for a while. His wife was really ill and has been for a long time, and really to give him the benefit of the doubt, sometimes family priorities come over paying your bills, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, Honeycutt, I think it may, his is a little different, from what he told me, was that he feels like he's paid all his bills, but there was a dispute, an emergency room dispute, and he thought it was taken care of, and, well, if I thought a Columbia Record House, debt was taken care of 20 years ago until I went to buy a house, Yeah. So that's sometimes they shake their head and say, "Yeah, no problem," and then
Sure.
you get a bill. So,
and just to clarify, apparently it's now he's with he's in the county's district attorney general's office, and apparently the action brought about, or I guess a summons issued by East Tennessee Children's Hospital, and it's not for a massive amount of money. It's for less than $490, $486.64, and then another $162 in court costs.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, and unfortunately, it just wasn't taken care of. And,
sure.
And because you're under that microscope when you're running for office, these are the kind of things that get put out there. The conventional argument is, hey, if you can't manage, your checkbook, why
sure.
should you manage the budget? And again, I'm not saying that about him.
I'm
just saying that's just kind of the general consensus about
sure. Well, of course, that's all. That's everything that a lot of the conversation is focused on now, because it is budget time, because we are seeing all these budget numbers coming out. I guess the city's going to have their budget presented this Thursday, right?
Correct. Yeah. Where I can't even remember where they're going to do it, but it's in North Knoxville somewhere.
Yeah. Now, we kind of heard, too, before we were talking about this last few weeks, is that there was a possibility of two budgets being presented at some time. They talked about there was one budget that... what's going on there? I mean, we're going to see two budgets throughout places?
Oh, well, the way I remember it, and this is probably not verbatim, but one budget has a little bit of a tax increase, and the other one stomps all over firefighters and police.
The I hate firefighters.
Yeah, it's I hate firefighters. I think that's actually no, that's not the real name, but that's what I remember. Was one was going to get released. It's like you have a tax increase, or you get to stomp all over firefighters and police and feel bad about yourself.
Oh,
budget.
See, budget.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Though.
Oh man,
I'm glad you went for me. That
well, that was my interpretation.
It is so eloquently worded.
Well, you know.
It's yeah, you're kind of right, but it wasn't presented that way. It's the
it spoke to me. So
the one budget, the administration asks that the department heads put together a budget based on natural growth. And since a lot of tax collections or tax revenues are down, it's possible that could lead to a tax increase. Yeah. And the other is one based on cuts. And public safety is that's the biggest part of your budget. So that's you hate to see that cut.
Sure.
Well, it's even harder to see it cut when you see the city just in the past year, 2 very large pilot agreements, payment in lieu of taxes and things like that. It's hard to see public safety stuff get cut when there's big developers coming in and want to pay taxes for 30 years.
And as we saw last week, another one getting ready to happen with the Farragut Hotel.
Yeah.
That one being agreed upon. Are we going to see, is Knoxville City going to see a tax increase sometime, either now or in the near future, in your opinion?
My guess is I don't think we're going to get one this time, this year. That's just a guess. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get one next year, because it's election year. My guess is it comes the year after that.
So 3 years.
I would say 3 years.
Yeah.
I just the pensions are killing the city. The
Sure.
pension costs, pension payments, and I think at some point they're gonna have to raise taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm looking at everything the way it is, I'm sure you're pretty much right in that. I mean, they're not going to. Either way, it's gonna come sometime fairly soon. I got to bring it up. I have to.
Yes.
I'm going to say one name to you, and I want you. This is like one of those. This is like one of those Inkblot tests. Christy. It's.
She's the muse for comedy in Knoxville politics. Knox County politics.
I hope she keeps doing stuff because it's fun. It's fun to talk about.
Keep sending emails.
It is emails.
I mean, it's emails. It's taking pictures of yourself, taking free papers and destroying them. I read this and I said, "There's no way this can be true."
Yeah, it's true. I don't. I was a little speechless. I mean, I was and aghast too. I got the email.
Oh, you actually got one of the emails?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have the email somewhere. I can send it to you guys. It's funny.
You're awesome. You just put yourself at a whole new level of cool that you actually get one of the Christy emails. That's awesome.
Well, I didn't get it from her.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, I probably get one now though. But I was going to blog about it, and Carrie Gerwin of Metropulse, credit to her, she got it too, and she was a little quicker to the draw. Of course, absolute vodka and a hangover probably played a role in that on my part. I didn't want to get up that morning. But just kidding, I don't condone that kind of stuff. But no, she did a good job on covering the story that a South Knoxville parent destroyed the Knoxville Focus newspapers because they had political ads in them, plain and simple. And then she emailed the school system bragging about what she did. Now, if that's criminal, I'm not saying it is. It probably is, but I'm not saying that. If it is, that will definitely go under one of those shows, World's Dumbest Criminals, because you're talking about taking pictures of the crime, signing your name to it. It's like you go in and rob a bank and you lose your wallet or something like that, which happens.
Yeah.
So, it's just...
and then not just emailing somebody with pictures, admission, and description, but emailing folks where once you email them, that email is public record.
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't even have to subpoena an email in a courtroom.
Yeah,
it's
you email
there.
a giant group of folks.
Yeah.
It was
because she emailed the Board of Education, right?
Superintendent, and there were all sorts of names on there.
Wow,
ridiculous.
That is one smart lady,
and it does come under the law. I mean, there's actually federal cases that have people have been prosecuted for stealing free papers.
Yeah, just because a newspaper is free, I mean, you can't just go around, collect every newspaper and destroy them. I mean, they're not free to make, and you're. I mean, there's all sorts of you just can't do this.
Yeah.
So, whether the publisher of the paper prosecutes or not, I mean that still remains to be seen.
Sure.
I don't think. I think. Well, that's all I want to say.
No, I got that, and that's good. I mean, it's just, again, it's almost an unbelievable story. You kind of read it and go, really, this is an adult, and this is a friend of somebody on the PTA and somebody who's on the board, and it just it really leaves you kind of speechless. And I'm sure right now somebody out there someplace, maybe Christy is getting ready to file ethics complaints about all of us because we're probably doing something that's offending her as well.
Well, maybe she'll ask her friend Pam Trainer to file an ethics complaint. I think that was her friend's name, yeah. Pam Trainer.
I believe it is. That was one of the names on the email.
Pam Trainer.
It's just
school board member.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to see some of this stuff. We're talking with Mike Donila, and I'll tell you, he's got his finger on the pulse of everything going on in Knox County politics and Knoxville city politics and everything that's happening. And I'm telling you, I can't say it enough, and I send people there each and every day. Screamsfromtheporch.com. Screamsfromtheporch.com. One of the best blogs you're ever going to read anywhere. And there's a lot of blogs out there, but I'm telling you, not only is it chock full of information, not only is it insightful, not only is it very accessible to anybody, because he doesn't talk over everybody's head, but at times it's just funnier than hell. It really is. The way your writing style, man, is just seriously. Your writing style is just amazing. I mean, it's very entertaining. It's very funny, but at the same time, it's very informative. And again, screamsfromtheporch.com. If you've not seen it, you are missing out on a gem here in Knox County. So we'll take a quick break and be back with more with Mike Donila from WBIR and screamsfromtheporch.com. Lincoln asking on the text box, does destroying those papers violate those students' free speech? Well, yeah, like I said, not to mention, I mean, it's just...
Well, it wasn't a high school newspaper.
No.
If that's what the texter means.
It's a free newspaper. It's a free publication. It's the Knoxville Focus, and you can get it pretty much anywhere in Knoxville. The thing is, though, by taking them out of the school and then destroying them or whatever she did with them, a lot of people says, well, that's tantamount to censorship. And there are several federal cases and federal rulings against people just stealing stacks of free papers. Because even though it's a free paper, it's kind of an honor system. They expect you to take one or two, not all of them, and then take them and destroy them.
Well, it's kind of like also it's taken value away from the paper because the way they sell those ads is saying all these different people will see these ads because it's free. So it's almost like taking money out of someone's pocket.
It's amazing.
Well, the other thing people don't realize is it's just flat out dirty politics too.
Sure.
Sure.
You can say, well, I destroyed the papers because they were violating this so-called solicitation ordinance, which, by the way, they didn't bother to look into when another candidate was doing this. But,
sure.
But the fact is, if it was her friends' campaign ads, would she have rounded them all up and destroyed the papers?
Of course not.
No, absolutely not. So it was because her friend's opponent was on there, and she destroyed all the papers.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, if you're gonna hold that paper to that subject, and say, well, you can't do this. Well, then you've got to go round up the Knox News Sentinel. You got to round up any paper that's sitting in any school anywhere and say, okay, these are not allowed in here anymore.
Right.
And if any paid advertisement on Time Magazine, People, USA Today, whatever, you got to take all those out too because they've got advertisements in them.
Hey, they could make it their life's mission too. They could go around on all the right-of-ways and pick up the campaign signs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think she should do that.
But obviously it wasn't a conviction. It was an excuse.
Wow.
And that's that. When it comes right down to it, it wasn't that she didn't believe there shouldn't be campaign literature in a school. She didn't believe a certain candidate's campaign literature should be in her school where she could see it. Because it made her so upset.
Whatever the explanation, it was just foolish. It was just flat out foolish.
It was.
It really was. But it's great fodder. I mean, keep doing stuff like that because it's
don't stop.
We laughed about it and we're still laughing about it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Screamsfromtheporch.com. We're talking with Mike Donila. Mike is a reporter with WBIR. He's one of those TV people.
Oh, cool.
He's one of the people from
the TV.
They don't put me on TV though.
They don't?
No.
What's up with that?
You need more. I'm going to tell you right now. Hey, anybody listening
FaceTime.
over BIR, you need more FaceTime. You need more Mike Donila. Less Russell Bivin, more Mike Donila. That's what you need.
Interview, I'm probably going to get less Mike Donila.
Just kidding. I love you, Russell, but more Donila.
Did you see Russell Bivin and those rabbits the other morning?
Yes. One of the funniest things I've seen on TV in a long time.
Yeah, I got to credit to Russell. He came back with a zinger, come back in 9 months and we'll tell you the name of the third rabbit.
Oh, too funny.
This is my free plug to Russell. He's the funniest person I know. I mean, Russell is hilarious.
He is. I've had the honor and pleasure of meeting Russell several times and hanging out with him. He is incredibly warm, very gracious, and truly one of the funniest people I've ever seen.
Yeah, he really is.
Just a great guy. Okay, enough with the Russell Bivin.
Yeah, seriously.
Feeling a little nauseous now. Now, speaking of feeling a little nauseous, you were at the county commission meeting last night. How was that? Was that fun?
Yeah, it was just a normal county commission meeting.
Yeah.
The
little budget talk.
A little budget talk. Well, actually, the budget talk was before the county commission meeting. They have what they call the finance committee meeting, and they do this quarterly, in which the superintendent presents. Well, they talk dollars and cents with the county commission, and that did take place yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And what's your overall feeling how the commission and the different committees are feeling toward the school budget right now?
I don't see it being passed as it was proposed. Mm-hmm. I'm going by memory here. I believe the school board passed a $432.3 million budget, and $4.5 million of that is unfunded. The school board says that will go to paying some of the 2.5% teacher raise proposals. Yeah. And I don't see the commission. There's only two ways to get that money: you dip into reserves, or you raise taxes. Yeah. And they're not doing either, so I don't see it happening.
Is Dr. McIntyre able to answer a question with a direct answer ever?
Every now and then. Not a lot.
Now, last night, of course, being asked about the raises and some of the questions with the budget, it seemed like he was kind of meandering and floundering a bit for an answer.
Well, I think to give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, he went in there with what he wanted to read to talk about numbers, and then he did get peppered about certain parts on the budget, which I don't know if last night was the forum. But when you're a public official and you're going to talk money, that's when it. I mean, you should always be ready for it. I think he was less prepared to talk because he felt that he would have that opportunity in a couple weeks when the main budget is presented, and that's when he can go in and ask questions. That said, I don't know if there'd really be a difference.
Sure. Well, you're being very nice to him, because the thing is, he was going before the finance committee last night, and if I'm going to present a budget that's been that talked about over the past couple of weeks and that much discussed, and I'm going before a finance committee, I would probably be prepared to talk about the budget, because I know they're going to pepper me with a lot of questions. And it didn't seem like he was prepared, or just didn't really want to answer.
There was a couple. I agree and I disagree. The part about the teacher raises, absolutely, because you've presented a budget that not only have you not fully funded, you haven't identified where the funding sources are going to come from.
Sure.
There were other parts, though, about schools, and there was something else. At this point, I was dozing off, but there was some other parts that I felt were a little bit outside that kind of realm of what should have been discussed yesterday. But again, it's a public forum, but yeah, the raises definitely should have been discussed, just because of trying to figure out how to fund them and whatnot.
And then the thing we keep hearing too, and we hear from a lot of teachers on this show, this was never about raises. All this discussion was never about more money for teachers. And suddenly now we have this budget that's got raises in it. And we here on the show think our contention is that, well, the raises are just kind of there as kind of a weak attempt at some hush money. Here's a little something for you, now shut up and go away and quit bothering us. take your little problems and go off there, because we need to go do some big people work now. So you go guys sit at the little table, and we'll be with you here in a little bit.
And also a way to redirect who the enemy is. Make county commission the enemy, or Mayor Burchett the enemy.
Oh, they're completely politicized.
Enemy is probably a strong word, but direct some of that anger another way, deflect it, if you will.
Yeah, well, you say, hey, we went to bat for you. It's not our fault. We tried to fund it, but they wouldn't do it. It's all your fault.
Because the first one was presented. Well, it's the governor's fault. He said they wanted this, and apparently everyone that was in Nashville that week, including the superintendent and everybody knew that there was going to be
all those teachers who went up for the education subcommittee on Common Core.
Thursday prior, the lieutenant governor said this is probably what's going to happen. There's not going to be any raises for anybody, including teachers. So we all knew it was already going to happen. And so what do? Well, Monday we present a budget that has raises, even though the governor. So it's first the governor's fault. Now it's the mayor's fault and the county commission's fault. And in the end, see, we did everything we could, but everybody else shot it down, guys. We're at bat for you, but they just won't let us do it.
Well, I don't know why they just didn't ask for like a 20% salary increase.
Yeah, if you're going to shoot for the moon, why not shoot?
Just do it right. 2.5.
It did.
And even it started out as more than that. What was it? Starting out at 3%, and then it's moved down.
2.5.
Well, it went from 3 to 2. Then a couple members of the school board brought it up to 2.5.
Yeah.
One thing I think that should be pointed out that there is actually a raise built into this, and I was on my way in here. I was talking to Chris Caldwell, the county's finance director.
Yeah, the step raise, right?
Yeah, there's two. The school system. Okay, so the 2.5% increase is actually going to cost, and this is what couldn't be explained properly last night. The 2.5% is actually going to cost $6.2 million, but the county is being asked to pay for 1.8% of it. That's what costs $4.5 million. So if the county doesn't fund it, the teachers will get a 0.7%. Either 0.7 or 0.8%, and that costs $1.6 million that the school system will pay for. Plus, they'll get the step raise. So teachers will get a raise. I'm not saying it's a great raise. I'm just saying that there is a raise in there.
Sure.
And the superintendent last night was asked, will they get one? He wouldn't answer it. And then it was, well, I'd rather we pass this, we talk about this first. Later on, he was asked about the step raises, and he did say, yes, in fact, it's $400 to $500 to $600, depending on the steps.
Yeah.
So there are raises there. I think there are some folks that are trying to present this as an all or nothing.
Yeah.
And put it on the county commission. So you're right. It's highly political, and unfortunately, it's real people, real lives, real teachers that are the pawns in this game.
Yeah, and that's the thing that really angers me, because not only is it real teachers, but it's also, in the end, it's kids. It's kids here in Knox County.
Yeah, one more thing that got brought out last night that was very interesting. There's more than teachers getting raises. Tony Norman made mention, and this is part where I think I was dozing on this one, where he says, well, who's getting the raises? And it was related that it's going to be certified teachers or whatnot. So, okay, yes, it's all teachers, but it's not all teachers in the classroom. In other words, if you're in the central office, not teaching but doing whatever central office folks do, you're going to get a raise too, because you fall under that category.
Wow.
So it's not just so I wonder how much would it be if you really just gave teachers in the classrooms?
Yeah.
What would the difference be? We don't know.
Brian asking, did the mayor not say on the radio Friday on our show that the superintendent already knew how much money the mayor was willing to present in his budget? Yeah, and it's been known. I mean, like I said, kind of like we knew what the governor was going to do. The mayor has not. He had, as we know, Tim Burchett's not one to shy away. He's told us, look, it's going to be a lean year. This is basically he's done this for several weeks or several months now.
And one thing he said over and over again on Friday was, we're not going to use one-time money for long-term expenditures.
To fund a long-term expenditure.
Yeah.
Because that's a bonus. That's not a raise. One-time money is a bonus, because the next year you won't have it again, because it's one time. That's a bonus. That's not a raise. A raise has to be there in perpetuity.
And that's a good point, really. I almost wonder if you're putting together a budget, why not propose a bonus?
A bonus.
I mean, that's how you fight this fight. You say,
Sure.
hey, it's one time. Let's use the reserves, and then next year we'll come back and figure out how to make it a raise that we can pay for. Maybe
Sure.
maybe revenues are up.
That seems too easy.
It does, doesn't it?
Seems too reasonable.
If you're going to buy Hearts and Minds, go buy Hearts and Minds.
Write a check.
Don't politicize it. Just write a check.
That's the
Stroke the
American
check.
way.
It's the American way.
That's
it's
right.
like Pringles. Doritos. We'll just make more.
That's right.
We'll make more. It's all right. It's
Once you
good.
pop, the fun don't stop.
That's right. We're talking with Mike Donila from WBIR and Screams from the Porch.
This.
We're talking with Mike Donila, WBIR reporter, and he is the political know-it-all in Knox
right.
County.
You're being very
He's the
generous.
clearinghouse.
He is the political soothsayer, the political muse, as it were.
Let me come up with some more buzzwords. Let's see. He covers the waterfront.
He's the political watchdog.
There you go.
Covers the waterfront.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the Blue Way kind of
He's
segue there.
some sort of boardwalk, apparently. No, but Mike Donila, and he's a pretty cool guy, too. He's fun to talk to, and even more fun to read. ScreamsFromThePorch.com. Just a great blog. And described by the author as politics, rants, raves, creative writing, and other cool stuff. And it really is.
It really is all those things.
I have to tell you, I'm seriously, Mike. I'm not a big fan of most blogs because I spend 3 hours a day giving my own goofy opinions. So why do I want to spend any time reading anybody else's opinions? Your blog, honestly, one of the best things I've read in a long time.
I appreciate that. I'll return the favor. I'm not a big fan of talk radio, but this is my favorite talk radio
Well,
program.
thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you.
Every morning I listen to The Rude Awakening.
Well, thank you.
When
I
I'm
appreciate
awake.
So very rarely is what you're telling me.
No. I do. Hey, I heard Randy Smith this morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Randy was on. We appreciate Randy stopping by. He's running for County Commission Seat 3. And we've got, it's funny you talk about politics because there's off the text box here, Davis saying, does Mike Donila have a prediction of the Trainer Roundtree race?
Oh, that's the... I'm putting together my election brackets right now, and that one is... I put that under the put a gun to my head category. I'm not quite sure. If
close.
I don't even know if I had to pick. I don't want to say.
Sure.
I really don't know. I know that there were some polls taken not too long ago that had Roundtree down slightly, and I think she's picked it up since then.
Yeah.
So this one's going to go. This one's going to be very, very close.
She was on with us, yesterday?
Yes.
And I made the prediction that I think, and I'm not picking who's going to win, but I'm thinking this one may come down, maybe one of those races that comes down to maybe 100 votes one way or the other.
Yeah,
really.
I completely agree.
I mean, it's going to be close. It's going to be very close.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those ones where if you go out and vote, you do your early vote, your vote counts a lot.
Yeah,
Every single
sure.
vote in that race especially counts a whole bunch. So if you live in South Knoxville, make your voice heard.
We'll give you some easy ones here. County Mayor, who do you think takes it this year?
I'm rooting for a write-in candidate.
I believe Sasquatch may be the write-in candidate for this year.
Tim Burchett, it's so funny. We joke about his popularity that at this point he is campaigning against Knoxville Mayor Rogero. If you've seen the Try That Rogero on Twitter,
yeah.
I mean, at this point, he's just having
Try that, Rogero.
Yeah, we actually have a Tim Burchett hotkey that
says that.
Try that, Rogero.
He makes his presence felt even when he's not here. It's as you sit and watch some of these races, where do you think the really close races are going to be this year?
Okay, the school board, most of them will be close. The District 9 Roundtree one's going to be close. The District 6 one, that's the one with the 4 candidates. That'll be close. That's going to go in a runoff. It's just who's going in it.
Sure.
There's District 4 with Ashby and Fugit.
Yeah, Absher, Clark, and Fugit.
Yeah, and I don't even know who Clark is.
J. Scott Clark.
So does that go into a runoff, or does somebody win that one outright? That one's close.
Sure.
there's that Fourth Circuit Court race with is
The
it
three candidates?
Not Fourth Circuit. Circuit Court, what, Division One with, with
Christy Davis, Ray Jenkins, and Billy Stokes.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one to watch.
Yeah.
Some of these commission races, I've got no idea. You got Bo Bennett and Bustler.
Yeah.
Who wins that? I don't know.
Bennett and Bustler, Randy Smith and Billy Stevens for
that's
3.
That could go either way.
Yeah. Ed Brantley, Michelle Carringer for seat 11, that at-large seat.
I think Ed's going to win that. He's got that name.
Yeah.
I think if this was a district race, Michelle would have a good shot at it because she is pounding on those doors.
Sure.
I mean, she's really out there, but you only have so much time in the day to knock countywide. And I think Ed is going to win it. If Michelle wins it, it wouldn't be a complete shocker, but I think Ed has this.
So countywide just because of the name recognition.
Yeah, and he's not. I mean, he knows a thing or two.
Oh, sure. Sure.
So yeah.
So there you go. There's a few predictions from the one, the only Mike Donila. Really quickly, we'll go to the phones and say good morning to WC. Good morning, WC. You're on with Mike Donila.
Good morning, fellas. My huge accolade, Knox County needs more investigative journalists. Maybe clone you and try to get 10 more. But in a decade of watching local political TV shows, I've never seen a retraction after a show, and you were involved in it when you asked Ed Brantley about the budget. And from my take on it, he got basically confused with the city and the county budget. And got a good friend of mine, it's a councilman down in Chattanooga, and basically we were talking about the Mike Hammond basically template of local radio host or what have you, running on name recognition. And I want to get your take on that because, like I said, once again, in a decade of watching local TV political talk shows, I've never seen Becker or Gene Patterson have to do a retraction. And, my contention all along is, that's what you get when you vote for candidates on name recognition. If he's that inept as a candidate, imagine how inept he would be as a county commissioner.
Thank you, WC. We'll let Mike answer that question.
Hey, WC, thanks for calling in. I actually had to put these headphones on because I'm not that adept at radio. I think what you're asking, Ed got it wrong. I mean, he got it wrong. He for whatever reason, whether he was misinformed or whatnot. Yeah, you're correct. He got it wrong. And we did run a clarification at the beginning of the show saying that there was that the Burchett administration denied talking to him. So
there you go. Thank you, WC. We appreciate the phone call. We are finishing up here with Mike Donila real quick. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we get back, we will finish up with the world-renowned Politico himself, Mike Donila. It's going to be your theme as you come on.
I am anarchy.
They're never going to let him come play with us.
Oh, no, we'll be good.
Mike Donila from WBIR and ScreamsFromThePorch.com, and I'm going to say a occasional contributor to the Rude Awakening, a regular contributor, even though he doesn't know it at times. We talk a lot about your blog because it is very thorough. It is very good, and you need to check it out yourself. ScreamsFromThePorch.com. Last thing, of course, we've saved the most important thing for last. The absolute most important thing that, of course, above everything going on in politics, it is the most important thing facing Knoxville right now.
So heavy.
Donnie Tyndall, new UT head basketball coach. Aren't you excited? Aren't you so excited?
He's like, oh.
Well, it took me a second.
You're like, what district is he running for?
We just did a 180, so you're right.
He's doing the Rocky Top district.
I think he's running for trustee.
It's the same reaction I had last night. I'm like, who? What? Donnie, what?
Yeah.
So we get the guy from La Tech turns us down.
Which that makes you feel good.
Yeah, where Tyndall, what was he from, like Southern
Miss.
Southern Miss.
Before that, Morehead State.
Is their basketball team better than their football team?
They've got the last 2 years that he was head coach, or the 2 years he was head coach, it said from ESPN, he took them all the way to the NIT tournament.
Nice.
Nice. Shiny.